Well, hello there. Um, my name's Jack. I'm going to try another one of these vinyl community videos because I don't really know what I'm doing, but been watching a lot of them lately. I enjoy them. Um, Seeing people talk about their records and what they bought and when they bought it and all that stuff. Um, I'm gonna. I I'm an old retired guy. I've been digitalizing a lot of my records since I started since I've been staying at home a lot. And it's a lot of fun. Get to listen to them. Then you gotta dick around with them a little bit, and then you get to listen to them some more. So that's all good. Um, I just want to show you a few things that I found in my collection recently that you know I forgot I had. This one, white, blank, totally blank. I found this the other day, and what was in that? Well, you pull it out. Now I remember it. I remember buying this I believe I bought this at Down Home Records, one of my favorite record stores. Got a couple. And they used to have, sales, and I'd go in there and buy stuff. These were in their used department. And like I say, totally blank label. There's two records inside, and one of them has got a book. It's called The Unexpurgated Folk Songs of Men. An informal song swapping session with a group of Texans, New Yorkers, and Englishmen exchanging bawdy songs and lore presented without expurgation, whatever the hell that means. Recorded in Texas in 1959 and released in 1960 by Mac McCormick. Well, I remember when I got these records, and they were both in the same bin with no covers, and they were cheap, I'm sure, because, what can you say? A record full of dirty songs. We gotta have it, right? Turns out, this record's got, and I don't know if you can read that or not, probably not. It's got 15 songs on each side. They're just short songs. Nasty limericks, this and that. None of it. I mean, in 1959, there's no credits because they were afraid of getting pornography charges or something. But it's just, it's body boys songs. It's not really very enjoyable. But the other record that was in there, and it came just like this, and there was nothing, I mean, you pull it out and there's a label on it, and the label says Folk Lyric Records Country Negro Jam Sessions with Butch Cage, Willie B. Thomas, and others. And this is really a pretty good record. It's I found out a little bit more about it on Discogs. It had a cover at some point, but and it's another 1959, 1960 record. But I don't know much about it, but it's basically got 14 blues songs on it, done by a bunch of different people that I had never heard of, but they were pretty good. So looking it up on Discogs, and I don't know, this might be a valuable record. I don't think I'm going to sell it, but just one of the things you find in your collection when you're going through the. I gotta say, I listened to both of these, and well, the body songs aren't that body, and they aren't all that good, but they're interesting. A couple more things I've listened to recently. I've been reading watching a lot of these YouTube channels, and I see these young kids pulling off these records at all their reissues, and they just are so excited to buy them. I go, oh, I bought that record when it came out, because I've been buying records, well, pretty seriously since 1970, and from 1967 to 70, I was buying what I could afford, which wasn't all that much because I was a college student, you know. The other night I listened to this one again. I haven't heard it for a long, long time. Oh, there we go. George Thorogood and the Delaware Destroyers. Well, it just says and the Destroyers. Pretty good record. Came out in 1977. Damn good record. Now I've got some CDs of George Thorogood, but this is his first record, and I hadn't heard it for a long time, and it's really good, really bluesy. On the Rounder label. And I mean, I bought it when it came out, and I probably played it a lot back then, but you know, who remembers? Now, this next one I want to show you is another one. I don't remember this one at all, hardly. Kathy Dalton, Boogie Bands and One Night Stands. I had to look it up. I listened to it. It's pretty nice. It's on the Discreet label, which was Frank Zappa's label. Although Frank's not on this at all. It says 1974. It was previous released under the title Amazing. And then they switched out one song and renamed it Boogie Bands and One Night Stands. I listened to it. It's really pretty good. Boogie Bands and One Night Stands, Pour Your Wine, Ride, 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 Gypsy Dancer, The Light That Shines, At the Tropicana, I Need You Tonight, Musical Chairs, Justine, Cannibal Forest, Midnight Creeper. So like I say, it's a 74 record. I probably got it close to when it came out. I can't remember the last time I heard it. I listened to it last night. It's pretty good. The backup band is Little Feat. Lowell George and all. Everybody. Not credited on the record. I found that on Discreet. But it sounds like them. It's a good record. Not a great record. Glad I got it. And I've been, like I said, I've been watching way too many of these YouTube people talking about all the new Miles Davis and all the blue note jazz reissue. You know, I'm not much of a jazz fan. I listen to it a little bit, but it's not where I spend a lot of my money, and it's not. I did see Miles Davis once, and it was a real good show at, I believe it was at whatever they called the, Winterland. It was either Winterland or the other place. I think it was the other place, but down on Market Street. 1970. The night I saw Miles Davis, he was opening for the Grateful Dead. I'm not sure which night. They did 4 nights that weekend, and I was only at one of them. It was probably Thursday or Sunday, because back in the early 70s, they had it was $3 a ticket for Thursday and Sunday, and $3.50 a ticket for Friday and Saturday. Back then, I worked retail. I could pretty much take whichever days off, although Friday, Saturday, and Sunday were hard days to get off, but you could work early Sunday and go out Sunday night and take Monday off or whatever. So I went to a lot of the $3 shows instead of the $3.50 shows. But, you know, Miles Davis he was awesome. But like I say, I'm not a big jazz fan. So I was looking, and I knew I had Bitches Brew, and didn't much like that. Didn't ever got into it, really. I really liked the Jack Johnson soundtrack. I don't know why. Somebody gave it to me, and I liked it. But I found it in my collection last night, so I thought I'd play it and see what it sounded like. Saturday Night Miles Davis in person at the Blackhawk San Francisco Volume 2. And this is on the superb re-released by popular demand, the Columbia Limited Edition. This record, thin, flimsy record, there was no inner sleeve at all. It was just bare in the cardboard, and I remember that. It played real good. I'm sure I didn't play it often. It played real nice, and you know, it's got great liner notes on the back by Ralph Gleason. Just pulled it out of the old collection there on the wall. Now let's see what else have I got to say. Another one I pulled out of the collection the other day. A couple. This one really surprised me. Twist and Shout, Camden Palace. Twist and Shout at the Camden Palace. It's a British import from 1985 on Ace Records. It's just a great dance party record. Your Love Has Lifted Me Higher, Jackie Wilson. 1, 2, 3, Len Barry. One Fine Day, the Chiffons. The Clapping Song, Shirley Ellis. Little Bit of Soul, Music Explosion. Treat Her Right, Roy Head. Saw Roy Head once, he was great. Wipeout, the Safaris. Twist and Shout, the Isley Brothers. First one. Dion, The Wanderer. Jackie Wilson again. Reet Petite. The Champs, Tequila. The Kingsmen, Louie Louie. All on one record here. The Ikettes, Peaches and Creams. And the last song is Baby It's You by the Shirelles. The only two songs I wasn't real familiar with, and I don't know why, a little bit of Soap by the Jarmels. I was familiar with somebody else's version, but it turns out this is the one that's a hit. And When the Boy's Happy, the Girl's Happy Too by the Four Pennies. Now that the Four Pennies in that song, that was the only one that was a little different. But Impact Records, London, 1985, really good compilation. When I looked it up on Discogs, they had copies for $2 or $3. I don't know if they still do, but it's a good one. The other one I found in the collection, another good one, Pearl Harbor. Don't Follow Me, I'm Lost Too. There's how you hold them up. There you go. That's it. Pearl Harbor. Pearl Harbor and the Explosions was a band I used to go see a lot, and they were fun. And she was in Leela and the Snakes, which is another fun act that I only got to see them once, but they were fun. They were great. Saw them open for Mink DeVille, and that was fabulous. But Pearl Harbor, Don't Follow Me, I'm Lost Too is her second album. They don't really say who's on it as far as musicians and stuff, but she was married to a guy from the Clash, and she did record it in London, England, back in what year is this? 1980. So who knows? It sounds real good. And when I looked this one up on Discogs, I found out she's got 2 or 3 more after this that I don't remember ever seeing and I'd never bought. So I'm on the lookout. There's Pearl Harbor and the Explosions, which I got, and that even came out on CD, which I got because it had a couple bonus tracks. And this one I had on vinyl myself, but there's 2 or 3 more on vinyl I don't have. I guess I'm looking for them. I went to a record store for the first time in way too long, and I bought some records, bought some used records. Didn't buy anything new at the store. Here's a record that a friend of mine brought over to my house when he first got it, and I fell in love with it. I mean, the Blasters, they're one of my favorite bands ever, but I never owned this record on vinyl. A friend of mine brought it over, and I made a cassette copy of it and listened to it a lot. I got to clean this one up. It was $1.95, and it needs cleaning before I play it again. I tried playing it, and it needs cleaning. But I think it'll clean up. Bought a couple of Stephen Stills. Stephen Stills Illegal Stills. I remember kind of when it came out, but can't buy everything. You can't buy everything. And this one's got, it's got Howard Kaylan and Mark Volman. That's Flo and Eddie. Although I didn't really hear them that much. They were in background vocals, I guess. A lot of good players. I don't think it's as good as, what year was this? This was 1976. So, I don't know. It's all right. This other one here I bought. I think it might be a little bit better. It's the Stills 2. I know I got Stills 1. This one's got a nice gatefold. But I never got this one when it came out, so I bought it. $4. Not bad. And this is my last one I haven't listened to yet. Oh, no, 2 I haven't listened to yet. They were $4 to $7. The Paladins, Years Since Yesterday. Now, the Paladins, I sort of got into them a little bit. I don't know if I ever really saw them, but this one guy here, Dave Gonzalez, was a member of the Hacienda Brothers. The Hacienda Brothers were great. Don't have any vinyl on them. I got all their CDs, and they're all real good. And the Hacienda Brothers, they put on a great show, but their lead singer passed away, and he was good. He was real good. But Paladins, looking forward to listening to this. I got a couple of their other ones. I don't have this one. Another one I'm looking forward to listening to, and I haven't got around to it yet, is this new Rycooter for me, the Slide Area. Boy, $7. I think that's the most I paid for any records on this. Looks like it's 1982, maybe? Yeah, 1982. Rycooter, the Slide Area. Sure like all the other Rycooter records I got, so I'll probably like it. Yeah. What else? I got a few new, well, one more thing I want to show people that I got. I splurged for a $35 record. I haven't ever done that one before. This is a Speaker's Corner recording of a Santana record that Santana's a band I got to see them a lot because they were always the opening act for other bands I went to see, or the band in the middle on a 3-band bill, and I liked them. I got to see them in a small club once, but I never bought this record. I wasn't, what is it, 76, 70, I forget, 72. It's their 4th Santana record, and I just never bought it. And it's actually, I read a review of it, and I go, gee, I should listen to that one of these days. And then I saw Speaker's Corner. I thought I'd try one of those supposedly super duper records, and it's a lot better. It's a lot better. Well, I just about ran out of things to say, and so I guess I'll hit the old stop button and see you again next time. This is Flamingroove Listens. Talk to you later.